and don't worry, we will do The Witcher. However, we have something to go through real quick. I have a little surprise. A little surprise is afoot. A little surprise is afoot. We have another glorious video by our dear good friend from the last week that we streamed, Mr. Andrew Pandrew. He has released part 5 of his epic Johnny Depp saga, and we will be reacting to that before we get knee deep into it. But God, I feel like this has been a sign. Let's just get right into it. Real quick, I've been following this case like exclusively heavily, even to the point where Amber has testified on her own behalf. Do you know that she's already called herself off on many occasions on many different lies? Just a little fun fact to throw out there before we begin. Just a little plant of seed real quick that maybe her testimony that she may be portraying on the witness stand may not hold much weight at all. Okay?
How many times have you seen Mr. Depp use marijuana?
Every day.
Too many to count. I mean, daily.
When you're working security for Mr. Depp, it's Mr. Depp and Mr. Depp alone that is your client, correct?
This man's beard is just giving me major Gandalf vibes. You shall not pass. This is all I'm getting right now from him.
That is not correct.
Well, in fact, you saw Mr. Depp push or shove Whitney Heard, correct?
Absolutely not.
And it was only after Mr. Depp pushed Whitney that Amber stepped forward and punched him in the face. Isn't that right?
That is not correct.
Your next witness.
Mr. Depp calls Jack Wiggum, who should be waiting in the electronic lobby.
Okay.
Were you aware of Mr. Depp's professional reputation at the time you became his agent in October of 2016?
I would say objection leading, and I think it's going to call for hearsay.
I'll overrule at this point. Go ahead.
The judge does not give a fuck. From the little that I've been watching, like highlights of the case, the judge, fair she is, does not give a fuck about her time being wasted whatsoever. To the point where she, at the very end of the last proceeding, made it a clear thing of the time that they have already gone through and the time that they have remaining. And they stressed to both teams that their evidence that they are providing in the future court cases be as clear cuts so they can go through the proper proceedings so that they don't waste any more of this fucking lady's time, because she is so done with it right now. The judge is probably the person who wants to get this court case over the most.
Johnny's reputation, in my opinion, was very well regarded and respected by peers in the artistic community.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. First of all, he says in his opinion, which he's not an expert witness, and second, he's now going.
I'm gonna skip by it for now.
I'll overrule the objection. Go ahead.
Mr. Wiggum, Your Honors, you may continue.
I remember Brian Lord and myself finishing a deal that had started at the previous agency.
Objection, Your Honor. May we approach?
Okay. Hold on a minute.
It must be so hard to give a over the video testimony, because obviously there's going to be a delay with the questions that are coming into you, because it's not just a clear one-to-one connection. It's obviously online over broadband. But so when you get ejected to something like that, who knows what you could have been saying in the middle of that may like, I don't know. It seems so weird. His fucking face. This woman right here, goat. Okay, goat. She does not play around.
What role was Mr. Depp to play in Pirates 6?
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll allow
And
it.
hearsay.
I'll allow it.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
In 2006,
Yes! Put some fucking respect on that name. It's Captain Jack Sparrow, bitch.
17, to what extent, if any, was Mr. Bruckheimer
She was
supportive of
explaining
Mr.
basic
Depp remaining
math.
in the
Oh my
Pirates
God.
franchise?
I'll do that after this.
Objection,
Don't
Your Honor,
worry.
calls for hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. To what extent, if any, did Mr. Depp socialize with anyone at Disney in 2017, to the extent you know?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll allow it to the extent he knows.
Do you know whether
He socialized with everyone. He was Captain Jack motherfucking Sparrow. Okay, do you not understand this man? Hello, Spirit, how are you?
Mr. Depp socialized with Disney during 2017, yes or no?
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation and hearsay.
I do.
You can lay a foundation to how he knows.
And Your Honor, may we please publish this to the jury as it's been previously. Oh, it is. Thank you. How, if at all, did Ms. Heard's op-ed impact Mr. Depp's ability to land roles in studio films between December 2018 and October 2020?
Objection.
Well, you know, when Amber shit on the bed, it really tanked his reputation, okay? Just gonna put that out there.
Your Honor calls for hearsay, foundation, and expert.
I'll sustain that objection. Next. Are you near the end, Mr. Chu? I just want to make sure because
I
I
am.
go on our morning break. Okay.
This is an email chain with the subject line, quote, Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow won't return.
Object to him reading even from that.
Spirit, I'll say this to the day I die. I feel like her lawyer should have just been, just recalled and sent on refund.
To the jury. It's a hearsay document. He's asking questions from the hearsay document.
I'll allow that question. Let's see where we go.
Would you please explain to the jury what the message was about?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Bitch, sit down!
We want to approach the room.
Jesus! I'm sorry about the fucking ad that's about to come up. Give me a second.
It is a
Oh my god, and it's an Elden Ring ad. Get out of here.
Time after Ms. Heard's publication of the op-ed on December 18, 2018, but before October 2020, that you learned more about Disney's plans about whether it would cast Mr. Depp in Pirate 6.
Objection, hearsay.
Or as Amber
I'm
would
just
phrase
asking
it,
whether
P6.
Okay. I'll allow that.
Yes.
What, if anything, did you learn about the role Margot Robbie would be playing in Pirate 6?
Hottie! Margot Robbie equals hottie!
Your Honor, I'm going to object.
I'll overrule the objection.
To what extent did you reach out to Jerry Bruckheimer or Sean Bailey?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for hearsay.
It does not, Your Honor.
Overruled. I'll allow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for putting this bitch in her place.
Was your outreach to Mr. Bruckheimer and Mr. Bailey successful?
Are those emotes of
I'll
Alexander?
allow it.
No.
When was the last time you discussed
I love the
Mr.
poop
Depp's role in
emoji.
Pirate 6 with Jerry Bruckheimer, Sean Bailey, or anyone else at Disney?
I'm going to object, Your Honor, on hearsay.
Overruled.
2019, I believe.
In addition to Pirate 6, did Mr. Depp lose other films between December 2018 and October 2020 because of Ms. Heard's op-ed?
Objection.
I'll sustain the objection.
Dude, sit down! I was asking if they were like Alexander, like the pod Alexander from Elden Ring. I didn't know. I just saw pot.
In In addition to Pirate 6, did Mr. Depp lose any other films between December 2018 and October 20?
Objection, Your Honor. First of all.
Okay, first off, hey, can I ask a broad question here? How can you begin to, how can you get ready to object when you haven't heard the full question? How can you do that? How can you do that? He hasn't finished explaining. It's not done.
I don't think he testified that he lost Pirate 6. Second of all,
she's now contradicting the witness's testimony, which is inappropriate.
Both of you overruled. Next, go ahead and answer the question.
Both of you shut the fuck up. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and take our morning recess. Do not discuss the case with anybody and don't do any outside research.
I bet they pray for these recesses. I bet they... Look at her fucking face. Right, Spirit?
He's testifying to the impact of the op-ed. I think it's in fairness we should be able to put this in and be able to make the comparisons.
It's clearly hearsay.
Okay, I'll sustain the
It's
objection.
not offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted, Your
I'll
Honor.
sustain the objection.
Okay. Well, let's go to... So do you recall that it says in here...
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor.
Your Honor...
She's just trying to backdoor your ruling.
She approached the bench so fast.
And the press that surrounded that case, do you recall it being focusing on things like Mr. Depp's drug and alcohol use?
Even Johnny was like, yeah, make sure you subscribe to the man. I know my screen was blocking it. Subscribe to this man. I'll send a link in chat once this video is done.
I don't recall when I first read it.
I mean, it wasn't a big deal to you. You didn't read it in 2018, correct?
I have a wife, 2 kids, a full-time job. I don't remember.
Okay.
That is also the mystifying thing about Amber Heard's statement, and I've talked about this to Tyga. It's that the fact that all these witnesses that he bring in, they, and with good reason, can't recall the stuff that happened more than 6 to 7 to 8 years ago. And yet, Amber Heard, during her testimony, now she did say some stuff that she couldn't remember, which was fair, but for the most part, Amber Heard, during her testimony, had perfect recollection, supposedly, of these events. And it's just like, you can't, I don't remember what I had for breakfast a week ago, let alone 6 to 7 to 8 years ago. But fuck it, I'm no fucking lawyer.
And you have no idea when you first read it? I just want to make sure I understand that.
Objection asked and answered, Your Honor. Sustain the
Look,
objection.
I wasn't
I'll
at this...
sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay.
I sustain the objection.
Okay.
Next question.
Mr. Marks, you were asked a series of questions about a number of publications and publicity related to Mr. Depp by Mr. Nadelhoff. Do you recall those questions?
He asked a lot of questions about a lot of articles.
Right, so you don't know how many people actually did the search for Johnny Depp in January 2004, correct?
Correct.
January of 2004? Motherfucker, I was 7 in 2004. I am 24 now. What the fuck? How do you...
It could be 100 or it could be 1 million.
I don't know.
And you don't know if it's actually human beings doing these searches, correct?
As opposed
to bots or something like that.
I did not do an analysis to determine if it's a bot or a human being, but Google Trends is a tool that's going to show you during a time frame the highest point of search interest as 100.
Okay. But you don't know if it's humans, bots, my cat doing the searches, correct?
Your cat? Like, get out of here, dude.
Objection has been answered, Your Honor. Sustained. Next question.
Get out.
Now, text allegedly sent by Johnny Depp.
Hold on. Look, after she gets done fucking getting
Objection has been answered, Your Honor.
Look at her
Sustained.
fucking
Next
face.
question.
Look at her.
Now, text allegedly sent by Johnny Depp about X read in court.
Right, Spirit? I wish I had a cat that smart.
But we need to bring them up.
This is your opinion. You don't recall what articles you analyzed?
I mean, there's a lot of articles here. I didn't memorize each title.
There were 6 articles that you analyzed in the almost 2 years after the op-ed.
All right, can you bring those up and we can talk about them? I would be happy to discuss them if you would bring those up.
And then you previously had a chart that had articles from November 2020, correct?
If you can just answer his yes or no question.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I didn't hear your question.
Dude, Johnny's lawyer team is just, in opposed to Amber Heard's lawyer team, just stacked. Johnny's team is stacked with young lawyers who are up and coming into the lawyer firm industry. So this is like their highlight case for them. Like, they have nowhere to go but up from here. Whereas Amber's team, okay, are a bunch of decrepit old fucks who literally, even if they lose this case, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's not like they're gonna get work at the end of this shit. They have done nothing but tank their reputation just by being, number one, on her side, and number two, doing exactly what they are doing throughout this entire case, which is opposing anything that Depp's team or witnesses have to say. Because, at the end of the day, Amber's team just wants to incriminate Johnny's character to the best of their ability to the jury. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the mass public thinks. It doesn't matter what this judge thinks right here. It doesn't. At the end of the day, there are 12 jury members on that stand right now that are going to say guilty or not guilty. And Amber's team right now is trying to paint the story to the best of their ability. And it's not working so far. It's so far and I have to go to bed. No worries, Spirit. I'm glad you came in for a second. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. It was finally time to chop it off. Thank God that's over.
You again.
Johnny! All right. Thank you so much for watching. This is Andrew Pandrew right here. I'm gonna link it in chat for you guys real quick. Make sure to go ahead and just throw him a subscription if you could. I would really appreciate it if you could. The man does amazing fucking edits, of course, to this court case. And from what I heard on his community tab, he'll be able to do some more in the coming court cases when it returns on the 16th. So, I hope you did that. And we're gonna watch now this video that DJ wants to do called, what is it? Judge explains math to Heard's lawyer. Okay.
And 9 minutes left. And the defendant has 24 hours and 9.
Okay, so this is the judge explaining the remaining time.
And the defendant has 24 hours and 44 minutes left. Okay. And just a reminder, as we said from the very beginning, once time is up, once your time is up, your time is up. If it's in the middle of a witness, I'm going to stop you. So other than that, does anybody have anything else for me?
Yes, sir. It's just a math question. I'm thinking we have 25.44.
Sammy says 24.
They have 35.06 and we have 36.
If you add 36 hours and 31 minutes and 24 hours and 44 minutes, you get...
She was probably a math teacher before doing this. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
You get what?
She asked it like a fucking teacher. She asked that shit like a fucking teacher. That's fucking gold, dude. That's fucking gold. I can't wait for what's about to happen during this court case, dude. It can only go up from here.